Oh. Alright. We'll do full captions. How many of you know anything about this game? If you know anything, I'd prefer if you don't try spoil it in any way. No, full captions or subtitles to me, just it doesn't really matter to me. Okay, let's find out how loud this is gonna be. The narrator that I know of, he should be about my volume when I speak. On OBS, okay. The end is never the end. Never the end is never. Oh. Okay, good. I'm hoping this is just Source being Source. Always freezing during loading times. Hey, it is.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Now, I do know the sort of gist of the game. I do know that, but I intentionally didn't see anything of the game for a few years now to make sure I don't remember anything specific anywhere. That's about it. I don't want to go out. Actually, I'm gonna check this. Is it common stuff? Oh, we use items with -1, okay. Okay. Yeah, if you didn't know about the game, it's a multiple ending game. Like, I really try to keep a tight lid on it about even descriptions of it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I hate Mondays. Oh. Oh. I turned it off. Oops. You know, this is the Stanley Parable. We started in this little office. We are Stanley. we are suddenly isolated. We didn't get any orders. We were happy just pushing buttons with our desk. And suddenly, just no one's here. No highs or anything. I like work. I just hate my boss. Oh, it's mine, I think. Yeah? Be my Valentine. I believe so. This used to be, this at first was a mod for Half-Life 2, I believe. And then became its own standalone thing. 425, 426. Just before 12. 417. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't know. I have 2 choices. What do you guys think? Left or right? On the right, yeah.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Well, Mars said right. This is our gameplay experience with this.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
I like
It had
this
really
room.
been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Can't jump. All for, all against? Well, since you know this game inside out.
Yes, really, really worth.
Since you know the game inside out, I'm gonna say that you have no
Being
input for
here in the
our
room,
for
A room
these decisions.
so utterly captivating
Since you would know.
that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you
Yeah.
sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
That's pretty.
Really worth it. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy.
I know that Elias, that streamer, Swedish, he says jump and jogging.
And reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Yeah, I know that, and you are spoiling it for others that don't know
Stanley
anything.
sat around waiting for more.
So, at this point, I want you to just stop. You are spoiling this game for others that potentially don't know anything about the game. Like, when I play these kind of story games, and someone has not even heard about the game, and I don't want them to know anything going into it. I want them to just watch and experience it, knowing nothing, not even a description. So you gotta stop.
Dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message. But at last,
What's serene?
he'd had enough of the amazing room, and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
First door is... Ooh. That painting again? Time does pass. You're not serene. Wagamama. Cause school and a bad English. What? Oh yeah, you don't know the game, but you do know the general gist of it, right? Don't you remember what this game kind of ends up being, in a way? Okay, now just ask a question. You know, you do remember it's a fucking multiple ending game, right? Because if not, well, you've been told in chat. And if you hadn't remembered that, well, someone spoiled it for you in chat. Actually, I was just saying it's someone
Stanley
as in...
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I was just saying someone as in someone, not someone as in the person in chat. Yeah, you knew that part. I'm not sure if... Oh. Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. Who even knows? I don't remember if it's a recurring nightmare or something. God, why do these fucking doors keep closing behind me? Yeah, I'm sorry if it's harsh to say it like that, but if people just haven't even heard about the name of a game, and I know it's gonna be an interesting experience, I want them to experience it without even a description. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please,
what?
Stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Okay. Great. I'm just gonna...
That's
Hello?
her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
Okay. We're picking up the phone. Oh. Oh.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on,
Oh.
sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go.
427.
All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
She sounded nice.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Press J on your keyboard. Okay. I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Press 6. Please press 6.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
I'll just stay
One
with my
might even
wife.
feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
P. Oh, N.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Please press U to watch TV.
And so he began to
What?
fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined
No.
that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss,
Not my desk.
everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
To spend time with the boys. Oh god, it's gonna turn into my...
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
5 to prepare dinner.
As he wandered
No.
through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible
My
paths
office.
and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Telling your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Please press I to tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
Hey, Bosley.
In reality, all he's doing is
How are you
pushing
doing?
the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay, fine. I don't want to be at work. Yeah, watch the time tick by. Ah! I'll press anything. Oh. Achievement unlocked. You can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it. Oh. Okay. No! No! I'm not. No! I don't want to be at work again in the morning. Never ending Monday. Oh, fuck. No dots. I will never play through that game, I think. I'm just too scared. Okay. We'll have to be at work in the morning, I guess.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Please press E to question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Oh.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button.
Please die. Oh. I'm doing pretty good. At work, and my little office here, 427. How are you doing today? It's just before 12 again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, those are old computers. How old?
No matter how
Why is
hard
everything
Stanley
old?
looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Everything's old. 427. 427. I'm gonna go there. Looks scary. Oh. Awaiting input. Input received. Anything else? You want more input? Input. More input. Well, you got the input. That might mean something, I guess. Oh, I turned them on off. What's this? It's off now. Input. I want more of it. I probably will. I hate Mondays. Oh, God. My mouse probably... Ah! I think my mouse has something underneath it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What should we do? What do you guys think we should do? Both are open. Left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
The future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Jim. That. Oh. Things. Money. More money. Things, but with money to buy more things? Graphs about things plus money. Please no more. Oh. Minute. Yeah, fuck that. To do. Synergize core value. Shit. Monetize free to play. Monetize free to play. My door. Broom closet. Ow. Hey, broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, sure. Guess I did. Even close the door. Look at me. You're fired.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Fine. Actually, we can go down or up. I don't know, maybe. What do you guys think? Do and listen to him. Yeah, and live by his rules. Down or up? Okay, I'm gonna stay here, I guess. Forever. And ever. And ever. Also, I'm gonna set it to... I thought it was in here. Wait. I thought I hit OK. Okay, so... Jesus. What? Whatever then. Yeah, discard them and then we'll do this. That's less claustrophobic. I guess no one wants to say up or down. Huh. That's a little bit too fisheye. Claustrophobia again. This game should be remade to have VR. Well, I'm just seeing if anyone wants to do it. Play it with me. You know, interaction and shit. Bathroom. Executive bathroom. I like Hoppington's emotes. I am very indecisive, and I just hope that I can just let people... Because I like interacting with the people, because interacting with viewers is fun. So I try to also just give you the choice, so I don't have to make it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Fine.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845, I think. Whoa, I have a little thing now.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
No, I didn't.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Why did I get one over here? Oh. I thought it was... Okay. 2, 8, 4, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Sure. Sure. It's dark. Hi. Oh. 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 Okay. Don't fall, please.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now,
Hi, Leah,
when
too.
for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yeah! Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead
Okay.
through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I know the gist of the game. from years ago. I don't remember any details. I've been playing for more than like 30 minutes. But yeah, I have not played a demo actually. A demo for yeah. Actually, wait, did I? I think I played a demo many years ago. It was a different experience too, wasn't it? Escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it,
Escape.
the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley
Right.
would meet his violent death.
Well, I'm going. I'm going.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nope.
At
Nope.
this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes! Show me death! Ah! Wow, my legs are broken.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence
Sorry.
whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Thank you. Huh.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Whoa.
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Ah! I know who you are, lady.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I don't know, lady. What the fuck is this?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Nature paintings. The office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that's built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. And the two doors. Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. 1, 2, 3. Hang on. The office. The two doors. The set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. I like that one. Filing cabinets. Office computers. Solitaire. Oh. Solitaire. Oh fuck. I can't see. It's too bright. Installation? No. Oh, it's on that again. Employee database. Whatever. Credits. Made using source by Valve. Office clock. Boss's office. Employee lounge. Yeah.
Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design.
Oh, narration outtakes.
Being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to
Record dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game. On the ground. An early version. Okay. Freedom ending. Let's not look at those things. What? But the clips are in the game, they lied? Oh shit. Countdown desk. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. Okay. A window. Monitor room elevator. Up or down? When players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down and placed the two endings together instead. Zending. Early version. Cut and merge for the night part of the game. Okay. Oh, levers. Game is not paused. Escape menu. Hate hallways. The apartment timer. Cargo lift. The office. Narrator emails. Oh. There's a skeleton inside of you. Are you gay? Dink dunk. Gay. Are you gay? Oh. Fuck that. Too long didn't read. 47. Oh. The evolution over time. Okay. Oh. Can I jump out the window? No. No jumping out the window. More Stanley, less Stanley. Am I going crazy? Maybe it's in the same image. Was that clock there before? I don't remember. How did I go back? Can you check for me? It's to lose. Warzone. Nah. Oh no. We're back here. Where do we go now? Doors? Coffee mug? Do I have to hit begin the game again? Can I go somewhere? I feel more and more tense with how long I'm spending here. Exit! Oh.
Oh, look at these two.
Which two?
How they wish to destroy one another.
No.
How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Free!
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
Quit! I did it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 4.
I probably should have closed the game too. Well, might have to do that one again. Eventually.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think it's 5 years.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, what do I do next? Never hit her.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yeah, it's weird.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Yeah,
Hoping
let's
he'd
go
coming
up.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Let's go.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean?
2,
Stanley
8,
wondered
4,
aloud
5. Oh,
to
shit.
nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers
2,
on the boss's
2,
desk, pulling
8,
books off the
4,
shelf,
5.
looking behind papers. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
%50. Dang. Yeah, we have some pretty good strawberries over here. Nah.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Nope.
Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Let's see what happens if I do this. No. I guess we will next time, maybe. Mind control facility.
As the machine whirred into motion and As Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
How much does it scare me every time anyway?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
But I never hit start. Maybe I did actually. But I didn't do it on purpose. I lost my way. Down is your way. Oh, I found it.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Free.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Nope.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't
Yeah,
let
I
time
am
choose for
kind of
you.
a keyboard.
Don't let time
Ouch. Rip. You get squished. Yeah. We're just dead. Yeah, I'll sit there and wait. I'll drink some water. Mm-hmm. U-J-H. That's my screen that has a thing on it. Okay. I enjoyed it. Maybe. Well, you're dead. This is death. I hope you're enjoying death. Also, on another note, I am also curious about playing the whole the Contagious Madness of Dr. Decker, I think it was called, because I watched Huffington play it, but I didn't finish it. I want to see what it's about. Cthulhu and shit. I think we're just dead, dude. But I'm not sure if I have money for getting Contagious Madness and stuff. Oh, why is it so hot right now? What the fuck, Sweden? Yeah. Are you guys enjoying this? I'm enjoying this. Time to play dots. Play dots. Never fucking again. Oh my god. I couldn't deal. Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna happen. Begin the game again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
I don't
decided to
know.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two
No.
open doors, he entered the... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Fine.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Right. Shit. Okay, left.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Okay, fine. To the right.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Oh. Hello. Well, it seems like we die either way. All the time. Forever.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
Okay.
We just have to get
Fired.
back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable.
Shit, which one was
How
it?
about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No input this time. Why no input? Oh, are you part of an ending? Oh.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
I want to find the story behind the chairs. But I don't have legs. I can't jump. Okay. Do you guys want to make a decision here? Apparently this one's not a decision, so 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Okay, you got the 5. Which one? It's a big decision.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Wow, we got
Well,
2
I
votes
find it
immediately
unlikely
for
that
3.
we'll ever progress
1,
by
2,
starting
3.
over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay,
Really?
let's give it a shot.
1,
Why
2,
not?
Really? Oh. Well, we chose nothing. Sorry, I should have actually paused it, I guess, then. Some things
All
are
of his
time
co-workers were gone.
time
What
sensitive.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You guys get nothing. Good day, sir.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. Yeah, your votes didn't fucking. Oh no! Input? No input. 420. There must be a reason why the plant is right next to it too.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something.
Oh no.
The story. Here
Oh,
it
no.
comes.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. But no, I want to go this way. Anything from you? Nothing? Oh no. I get nothing. I'll try to go through this door. Shit. Okay, fine. I'll walk back. Okay. Let's go in this merry-go-round.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Can I still do that? Oh. Oh.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
I win!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good
Jump.
job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh no.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay, here we go. Oh. Oh. Oh.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Okay, I'm
Nope.
just...
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Oh, oh.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Perfect.
music.
Oh.
Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this
This is it.
fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Took a screenshot. Well, that music was very loud for me too. So, I think it was kind of meant to do that. Sorta.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I'm sorry if it was...
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh. Yeah, was it that loud? Like green light for everyone? That would suck.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
No. The only thing I can say is that it was loud for me too. Like it was sudden loud music. So
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our
no, it's a
story
circle
to be?
or
Go wild.
a square.
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
And like a nice little couple now.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Fine, we'll go the other way. That probably doesn't do anything. Because they're meant to go that way. What happens if I go all the way back? I'm gonna find out. Nothing. Wow, dude. Why can't my life just stay the same here? Pressing the buttons. Fine. We're trekking back to the line. My nose is tickling my nose. Ah. Hey, line. Man, you're drunk. Did you drink some of Arthur's beer? Jesus. The fuck? What kind of... Wait. Back? Oh, God. Yep. Oh, bye. Arms DLC? Yeah, exactly. The line drank it all. I want to get arms, actually. But I'm too low on cash right now for it.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
He sounds pretty happy about things now.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Jesus! You clearly see that I jumped.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Was it too loud for you guys? It was pretty damn loud for me suddenly. I didn't like it. Did not appreciate that. Nope.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Whatever, dude.
Oh, no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
I will. Yeah. I'm throwing a silent tantrum over here. So did I actually get the ending? How do you know if you got an ending? Fine, you win.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I did not. I don't even care. I just...
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to
Was
Stanley.
it?
Maybe, he
I
thought
did
to
not pay
himself,
attention.
maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
Was it that? But without the black. So good.
None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone.
No.
He wasn't going to lose his job.
Not quite.
He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
That's different.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my voice, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility?
It looks like one. A type, at least.
For himself. Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
God.
the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want.
Fine.
I want my apartment and my wife.
But I didn't have a wife.
And my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Well, shit.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake
No.
me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Okay.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Okay.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this.
I don't know why I typed fucking slash there.
Seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect.
I'll fix it right now. I am not found. Let me fix it right now because that sucks. Check comments. Yeah. Wait. No. Where did I type again? Oh, okay. Wait, what? Where is it? Oh, never mind, I know. Finally. No. Okay, okay. And submit. Okay, we're good. I fixed it. Redeem a small private island. I told me there's only one.
Her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Oh, ran. Okay. Hi, Stanley. Oh.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Okay. Maybe I'm fine? Can I just... How many points do you have in League 2? He's gone. Am I still in the confusion ending? Is he actually gone? Yeah, Arthos will, I guess, never stop being a leader. Always lurking, no matter what, and seemingly not gonna redeem anything, so... Well...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Big wall address. If you actually want to redeem for a random game, you can do to see how to do it. If you're on the mobile, which I think you might be, maybe, or if you're on computer, either way, you can do slash. I'm almost saying slash again. Exclamation point redeem is going to show you how to do it, and then exclamation point items or items. Exclamation point store will tell you which one's available. Did I actually redeem? Oh, there it is. I hope you meant to do that because it's redeemed. What you get? Well, I can't know until you redeemed it on Steam. Let me bring up the thing, because as one of my commands or whatever say, free to play game. As one of them say, I can't just distribute the codes automatically, so I'm doing it manually right now. But I have a list of codes. I have no idea which one's which. Yeah, in this case, I can't make it random. I just have lots of different codes. I have no idea which game is which. So, and I'll use random.org. That's the one, right? Yeah. Okay, let's see what number it gives. Hey, it could get another, it seems. Yeah. God damn it, random.org. Okay. Generate. Okay. And Mario, since I have you on Discord, is it okay if I message you there? Or do you want it just in a whisper here? Which one would you want? Might be better in a whisper. I don't know. You choose. Whisper, PM, whichever. Can I copy just one of them? Oh dear. Discord, okay. How would I... Oh, I guess I would do this. Okay, this one is... Okay, Maru. There you go. Let me know if you redeemed it to make sure it worked. Now I'm gonna remove this one. Save as. Ass. 16. Save. You don't have to say which game you got. Okay, and that is the first time. Then. Oh, you said you had to wake up really early. How did I go? But yeah, Mario, whenever you can, just let me know that it was redeemed. If you need to know how to do it, I can tell you. Poor panda. Business strategy. Up. Can we go more up? Am I hearing the narrator singing in the background? Is that a narrator singing in this elevator? That must be him. We got it. Oh man. As I said, you don't have to tell anyone what you got. Even though I'm curious. What? We didn't even move. Are you down? Gathering Sky. Never played it. Also, I think I have one expensive game in my code still. Well, not expensive, but not as cheap as the others. Goddamn elevator. Fuck this. I wish I could throw things.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Okay. Anything over here yet? I hate the hate the darkness. Hate the darkness. Jesus. And no one else want to redeem anything right now, right? Or did you want to redeem another one, Maru? Did you just get your PC working?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Fine. This time. More asked about it before. Mind Control Facility. Office numbers, maybe?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
That's that place we usually got to otherwise. Pen. Employee observation protocol. Cameras.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
That was also fired.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals.
We were
reduced to
427,
images
right?
on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Can you see the numbers again? Numbers? I think you're 427. It looks like our office. That was fired. Those two. Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Offline. Power. No. So Mario, you don't want to try your luck for another game on Steam? Since you have a PC? What type of games would you like, by the way? Oh. Mind controls idle, awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I don't know, should you? On!
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yes.
Control?
I can mind control myself.
I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires.
Fine.
Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's
Incorrect.
that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Yeah.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be
what does
even
even
better.
mean?
My goodness,
I can't run if it's
only
nuclear.
34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
2.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Jeez.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons.
God damn it,
no,
dude.
These colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
Well,
You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
No.
To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
no, I can't
Another
anymore.
choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
That was so Portal-like. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hi, Caxian. Did you sleep on? What time is it? 9:37.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
My question here is, could I actually get code right down there? Does anyone want to tell me that?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This one only brought us to him laying on the pavement, I think. We don't know for sure. Do you want to look it up? I wouldn't mind knowing that you could actually do something. You don't have to tell me what code it is, but I could do something.
Here's the door, just go.
Okay, fine. Fine, I'll just go. Duh. God, does I have to do that every time?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Maybe I should look it up, but I'm worried I'm gonna spoil myself on other things at the same time. Maybe if I just search for Stanley Parable nuclear code. Well, code. Puzzle. You're checking. Okay. Itchy. The various buttons in the room do not override the system. Yeah, it seems to be just an ending set in stone there. The countdown cannot be stopped in any way, shape, or form unless through heavy map editing. Okay, good. Didn't spoil myself or anything on it. Sweet. Nope. I don't even remember which ones are in the random thing. That's why it says just random Steam game, because I don't even remember them anymore. I could go look at the purchase history eventually on Humble, but nah, this way it's way more fun too. I can tell you that most of their games are like around $1 up to maybe $5, and then there's one game that's like I think 15.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
15,
screens.
20?
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
What I did do is that each little game, even the cheap ones, I looked through reviews in a way that, like, well, didn't read reviews, but I went by the score that it was gonna be good enough at least. Like, mostly positive and stuff like that.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be
were those
true.
red and black
Had
before?
Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Whatever.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Are you trying to decide if you're gonna redeem or not? Again. 3. Where's the other ones? 1. 2. I'm sure these do nothing. I'm gonna do it anyway. 3. Well, you've already lost your rank 2? Did I do 4? Oh wait, it's 4 that I'm looking for. 3. But yeah, look at it this way. The points are only just the time you've spent here. Getting games or spending time here isn't so bad, right? It's just for me to feel I'm getting something back. That's all. Okay, I pressed them. This time off, I guess. Let's see what happens then.
And when at last he found the source of the room's
Yeah. Did I turn off the game? Oh. Oh god.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I had to pee.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him
Yeah, it doesn't look like outside.
what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives,
Looks like
it will be
Scream.
his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense
Really?
possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Achievement unlocked. Beat the game. So I guess that's the good ending. Do you guys think we should leave Stanley there? That he's happy? He's good and happy, finally. Actually, he's probably not.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, I've completely forgotten what the demo is all about. I'm sure I played it long time ago. But there's more happening here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think I got everything from this place.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This is just a thing, right? With the car and shit. Yeah.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss.
Okay. I know there's one ending that I just vaguely remember seeing someone play through.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Oh.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Okay, I'm getting lots and lots of Card boxes, I guess. Cardboard boxes. Card boxes.
When Stanley came to a set of two...
No!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, we got cardboard boxes everywhere.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did anything happen to the left? Is there anything more to the left?
Yet there was not a single
not
person
full?
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No stair boxes. No cardboard boxes. No. What happens now? Uh-oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I guess it's over here.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No! Oh, maybe I
Hi,
had to.
Stanley.
Oh.
Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Okay. I might have one indecisive fucking ending here or something.
When Stanley came to a set
No! I'm not making a decision.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
By the way, Leto, have you played the beginner's guide? I think it is. Apparently,
When Stanley came to...
apparently, you shouldn't spoil it at all for anyone planning to play it. If you play it, it's so worth it. I've seen literally nothing of that game. No screenshots, not even heard anyone talk about it, nothing.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages.
Okay.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
So I should check it out eventually.
When Stanley came to a set... I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
And one day...
When Stanley came to a...
No decisions! No decisions. Not doing it.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Oh, never even heard of any of those.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Is it on Steam? Dr. Langescott. I am not entering a door. I'm not. Not.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh man, did I loop it? I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing with this.
When Stanley came to
Schmazeballs.
just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
What about this computer over here that's input before? Who farted?
When Stanley came to a set of
No. Wanna see more stuff?
all of his co-workers were gone.
No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Wait.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he
What's
had
that
simply
noise?
missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
What's that noise? Is it raining? Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Is it
Perhaps he
raining?
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work
What's
of art.
that?
What was it about this room that called so? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I know. Fuck this shit.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I can die on my own. Oh.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
For now. Not this part. Another input! Another input! A second one! Oh, I gotta find the rest! I got another little thing on it. I got another little blip on it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
That's an input.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
How do I get more inputs? I need more. I need more. Oh, here again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is this random?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't know, dude. Okay, I'm just gonna go the same thing again. It's just the insane ending.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever...
To let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Yeah, another input. Not entirely sure what to do. To get something more.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
The sound
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I did win once. I mean, he went outside, I guess. But I want inputs. How do I get more inputs? No. Input.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
No, fuck you. Stanley's forever gonna be just here.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
It'll never happen again. Oh. I can close that door. I wasn't ready that for me being
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Fern.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment. Oh, and I guess this is where Stanley felt he needed to be right now, in this little hallway, here, with no distractions, to study room 417. Not to actually enter it. No, 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 no. That would be far too forward. Stanley wanted to know it from the outside, to see it not just with his eyes, but with his heart. He would know room 417 as no man or woman had ever known an office before. That ladder over there. Oh, and that little picture of a horizon or something. It's all just a never-ending parade of joy for Stanley.
Great.
Ah, no, apparently not. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly love. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, I was. I was trying to make out with it.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but
That's
you
pretty high.
all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
Danger
let me
everywhere.
let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Where if I'm colorblind, I really can't tell.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, it's only red, right?
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red
The subtitles
door.
even. Okay, red.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Your shit's breaking, yo.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
I just 4. Oh. We're on the white leaderboard. Only the worst 3% player chose the blue door. I am the worst. I'm the best at being the worst. Wanna ask some friends for help? Friends list empty. Or more trident Stanley. This is yours? A dead rat. Oh, we're on the wide leaderboard. Okay.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Nah, but
You
I've
wouldn't
seen
mind
enough
taking a
of
look
it.
at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh, Jesus. The sound. Ah! I'm gonna rate this a 1. But this is just like real life when you're a parent, right? These little things try to fucking kill themselves constantly.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
It's always killing things.
Yes.
Nah,
this seems
I know
like
monster.
it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art
That's a
and
shitty
feel
dirt
ashamed
house.
at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself
Fine.
comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond
I've seen enough
everything.
of Jazz Punch
Yes,
too.
yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
No, no, mine is scary. No. 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 No.
Oh,
No.
my. It looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No. No. Ah, no. I was never good at that.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Portal.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself.
Oh, yeah, it's sort
What
of
is this
so.
game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious.
Oh, I got stuck.
Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Yeah. Serene knows about my Minecrafting. Oh. We're pulling a Portal 2 thing here? Oh, okay. I can't jump.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
Thanks, dude.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience.
Ugh. Ah. Mm. I want to be alone. I want to be alone. I want back to sleep. No. No! Walk back to my office. Oh. Oh. No. 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 427. 47. 427. What? No! Don't make me leave this! Close the door! No! No! Yeah.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon.
What?
Very soon. I can wait.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, I don't think I can figure out any more endings now. Well, the red door. Tallinn. Oh. What?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it.
Wait.
Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Huh. That one's taken backwards.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. I would We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Yeah. I don't like the darkness.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy. I wonder if I can die from jumping off the side. This stuff would creep me the fuck out. I would be constantly tense. Like I was in Minecraft. Oh, I can't. No,
Whoa.
wait. Where are you going?
Whoa, what is this?
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Uh-oh. Yeah, the stairs are gonna fall.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Sorry, dude. Oh. Are you okay? Are you okay, narrator? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here. No! What did we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here. You heard me before, didn't you? You will die! What about this isn't getting through to you?
Maybe it is better to stay alive. I don't know. This makes you happy, but it doesn't make me happy.
You are going to stay here, aren't you?
No.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I gotta see if there are any more lines. Are there any more lines? Oh man. I gotta see if there are more lines. Ah. Yeah, line. Me too, do you have more lines?
No!
Hey, I'm alive.
Thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room? There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
God damn it. That's a dumb joke.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this. No. No, no. What do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
You can convince me, but let me die.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
What about my feelings?
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask.
Are you willing to
like
keep
you wanted
me
to make a
unhappy
choice
for
after
your
all.
happiness?
Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, now what else can I do? What other paths have I not taken?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I do faintly remember an ending that I think included going out of bounds. At this point, let's find out what the endings are so I can just get through them now. I got a lot on my own, I think. Let's see. There is something about the input thing. What the fuck? Okay. Obey everything. We got the freedom ending. Yeah. Explosion ending. We got that one. Oh, that's an ending too. There.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh. No. It's probably just one of those random ones then. Let's see. Got an insane ending. We got the museum ending. We got the confusion ending. Let's see. The story of the death of a man named Stanley. Yeah, okay, phone ending. Yep. Let's see. Okay, let's do that one. Well, nothing, I can just do it from here, I think.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. What a room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room. What a room, what a room. What a room.
Waterburger.
Va-va-voom. What a room. Yes, really worth it. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Right, okay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Waterburger. Waterburger.
Look, Stanley,
Waterburger.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
My
I'm not
Texan
sure.
friends
Really,
are
I'm
like,
not. I
hello,
realize that
Waterburger.
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult.
Waterburger.
But the fact is
I can't
that
stop
the story
thinking
has
about
been about nothing but
the
you
patty
all this
being just a
time.
squishy mess, and
Someone
like
you've been
50%
neglecting,
water.
Stanley.
Ugh.
Someone
You just have
you've
poke and it's like.
forgotten. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
It would be fine if you guys were to just pronounce
This
it
is it, Stanley.
what a burger.
Your chance
What
to
a
redeem
burger.
yourself, to put your work aside,
Dang,
to
what a
let
burger.
her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your
No.
faith in another, then... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
A what?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. I can't jump off.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Let's see. Okay. I think we can check out both, actually.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Dang. Let me just check to make sure.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Oh. It's like Portal 2.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
No.
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's see. Take the left door and allow the game to... So I keep it... Okay. Let's try this, I guess. See if I'm doing this right.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
No, it's just locked.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, it is different. Green.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
Please
unraveled,
speak
Stanley
clearly to the
wondered in
receiver.
disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code. Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I can't say Night Shark 115 in the game. I'm Stanley.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step. Okay, fine, you're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide.
God, it makes it so sad to hear him be so sad.
Take as much time as you need.
Okay. There's another ending. Powerful ending, done that one. Games ending. Done that one. And I gotta go pee. Well, I'm going through a walkthrough right now on getting the endings. So, I'll be right back real quick. Just gonna go pee. Alright, let's continue. Yeah, done the game's ending. Let's see. Ah! Done that one. That one's pretty much the same. Is this one different? That seems to be an ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Apparently we need to listen to... Oh, it just means like obey. Most likely.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nice. Fucking did it.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door.
I guess I meant to... Okay. Neat. Okay. La 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 la. Oh, I came back now. Can't give a shit about any fucking doors that close on us. Oh. Ah, my headset keeps creaking now. You're now leaving. Seven 5 5. Seven 5 6. Seven 5 8. Escape pod launch bay. Is that something up there? I'm still going towards it. Oh. Bleh. What? I didn't play it exactly the way. After you go far enough up the staircases, there will be a sign warning the player that both the narrator and the player need to be present in order for the escape sequence to play out as intended. Well, it's pretty much the narrator was disabled earlier on, so nothing happened. Oh.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, on top of it, on the desk on the left, there's a square computer, 434. Oh. Whoa.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes or no? No.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
I think that's it. If you select yes, the narrator will sing a song for Stanley. If you select no, the narrator will tell you about the possibilities if you answered yes. Okay, let's see. I've done the first two. Oh, maybe I had to do them in order after all. Oh, come on! Oh. No, I can't do it with this. Nope. 419. Done. 423. That's the one I got before 2. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sure did.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Sure
Feeling
isn't.
a wave of disbelief,
Aw.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
And tripping. Oh, input. Got another input. Okay, restart the game. 434.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
There. Got it. Okay. And... Oh. It's button heaven. Jeez. It's loud in here. Do they turn back on? No! Serious ending. Hmm. I guess we can show you that one too. Let's see. Feedback. Oh, good God. Someone actually went through with this. You know the baby game? After 2 hours of the baby game, the narrator will add another game, one where Stanley, you, had to save a puppy from piranhas by pressing another button in front of the first one. In order to beat both games, Stanley has to go back and forth to press both buttons. After a total of 4 hours playing, after all, like he said, Stanley will be brought back to a white room where he will see the divine art. In addition, when playing the baby game, The narrator won't talk about the likeliness of using hacks to repeatedly press the button without actually doing anything yourself. If Stanley fails at either of the games, then a game ending will start. Okay, remind me that there's an ending I'm gonna go back to also. Okay, let's see. Yeah. I mean, auto-clicker and... Oh, perfect. That's what I needed.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bark. You can probably type it in the console. Okay. Okay, I've already gotten the broom ending, sorta, on my own. Not entirely, but the end product is the same. Okay, let's go back to the ending I was just mentioning. Oh, out of all endings available, the escape pod ending can be broken by doing certain things. I guess I might have done that. I feel like there may be more endings that people just haven't found out yet, like the cardboard stuff. Something about a fern? I don't know. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna enable this in the launch options. Wait, do I know Swedish? Yeah, I did. Okay. And the game is back up. Maybe I shouldn't actually start like that. Oh, we're fine. Hidden. Okay, you guys can see everything? Good. Secure mode, huh? The usual source cheat thing.
Stanley, this is me being serious.
Oh god, you're loud.
Really?
Game reset. Thanks for resetting your audio. Shit lord.
This room. It's where I come to be serious. That table is the most serious table I could find. I looked at many, many tables, hundreds of tables. It's possible I looked at over 1,000 tables. I honestly don't know. The specific number isn't as important as the understanding that of all tables I looked at, this one is the most serious. I relate this story to impress upon you the extent to which this is the most serious room I have, which is why I brought you here. You just tried to activate server cheats, which of course runs the risk of breaking the entire game. You've got no respect for the strict order of scripted narrative events, and I just can't have that. It's time to get serious, Stanley. No jokes, no games. Outside of this room, I might be more tolerant of those things, but now we're in the room. Which is why I'm subjecting you to the most serious punishment I can think of. 100 billion trillion years standing here in the serious room. Perhaps after that, we can talk about the severity of your actions and whether you've learned anything. But until then, serious room, go.
The way you said go. No. Oh. How about try to enable it again? Whoops. Oh my god, what am I doing? I'm still not used to this keyword being the escape key is very close to just keys. Yeah, I want pause game.
Whoa! Did we not have the talk? Are we not in the serious room this very moment? Did I not tell you how many tables I looked through? I'm going to be conservative and say it was somewhere in the tens of thousands of tables. Any reasonable person would say I spent an absurd amount of time doing nothing but looking at tables, and I genuinely considered each one too. I took a hell of a lot of notes. I kept the notes in a different room. That room is less serious than this one. It's more of a notes room. Again, the point of this story is to convey how serious I feel this cheating issue is. And I'm sure you'll agree with me once you've fulfilled your new punishment. Infinity years in the serious room.
No!
I generally have trouble reading human emotions, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you're devastated by this crippling new punishment. As well you should be. It's the most serious I could think of. Can you get more serious than that? No, you can't. Don't try.
We're serious.
Still no effect. The problem is clearly the serious room. It isn't serious enough. That's on me, Stanley. I apologize. I'm going to the store to look through more tables. Hopefully I find one that conveys how wrong what you're doing is. Now, where did I put those notes?
And that is it. That is pretty much all endings. I'm not doing the 4-hour ending. So that was the Stanley Parable. Wait, do I need a one over there? No, I don't think so. You can't activate cheat zone? Oh man. Yeah, that's it. Map series room. Up here. That's it. That was